Hey guys, it's Colin here, and we got another job on the 2007 Saturn Aura here. Today we're going to be replacing the rear sway bar links, which is a super easy job compared to some of the other ones we've done. If you've got a Pontiac G6, a Saturn Aura, or a Chevy Malibu from 2004 to 2012, the parts and the procedure will be the same. Let's get to it. To do this job, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a breaker bar, 2 torque wrenches, one with a higher range that can give you 100 foot-pounds accurately, one with a lower range that can give you 33 foot-pounds accurately. You're going to need some adapters and extensions. This is a 3/4 or a 1/2 inch to 3/8 adapter. This is a long extension, and this is a universal joint. You're going to need that to get around the coil springs. You're going to need 2 sockets, a 19mm and a 16mm. You will need a pry bar. A 16mm box wrench is very useful. Obviously, you also need a ratchet. You will need either vice grips or a pair of pliers to get the bushing from the original sway bars out. The rubber is quite annoying. I found the vice grips to be more useful. You obviously need replacement sway bar links, and you will need jack stands and a jack. Let's get started. As usual, we went ahead and removed the lug nuts and the rear wheel here before getting started, and obviously we've got the car on jack stands and a chock under the front wheel. We've done that in enough videos. You can reference some of those if you need to learn how to do that part. But let's get on to the sway bar links. Sway bar is this guy here in the let's see if we can get a better angle. This guy here in the back. And that's the sway bar link, or what's left of it, because as you can see there's a rubber bushing there, and the link is supposed to be on it, but as you can see it's really not. In fact, the other one came loose completely last weekend and was banging around on the lower control arm, which was not so good. So we had to get new parts ordered. You're not going to be able to get this off the way it is right now because it's kind of jammed up. The suspension obviously has relaxed because we've jacked the car up. So we're going to go ahead and get the jack underneath the under the control arm here, and we're going to lift this up just a little bit so that we can work on that sway bar. Now we're going to take our 16mm box wrench, because we're kind of fighting the coil spring and such for clearance here, and we're going to go ahead and break this guy loose. There will be a washer that comes off with the bolt, so make sure you don't lose the washer because you're going to use that again. All right, now we're going to lower the control arm back down again, so we got a little bit more room to maneuver in getting that sway bar out. I like the jack out of the way. Next, you're going to want to put your vice grips or pliers, whatever you're using, on the bottom end of the sway bar link and work it off. It's not bolted in, it's kind of just pressed in, so you just got to kind of finagle it off with the loose end and the pliers. I'm actually going to spray a little bit some isopropanol on here to make it a little slippery and hopefully help make it easier to pop off here. Okay, now that we've got the old sway bar and the bits of rubber out, it's time to put in the new one. As with the old one, the rubber only part goes on the push pin, if you will, and the metal inserted part goes on the top. There is a cutout on the sway bar that is to give it clearance from the upper control arm here, so make sure you put it on this way. and not that way. Otherwise, you're going to have a clunking sound and issues. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put that new sway bar link on. I went ahead and actually put some grease on the rubber to try to get on this push pin a little easier. And you're going to need a pry bar to get it home here for sure. Now that we've got the bottom connection of the sway bar link put together, we're going to go ahead and jack up on the control arm here so we can get the top part lined up, because right now we can't even swivel it all the way where it needs to go. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put the bolt back in. Remember, the washer goes in between the link and the goes between the link and the assembly here, which can be a little bit challenging to do without dropping. Okay, now that we've got it roughly tightened in, snugged up, we need to torque it to 33 foot-pounds. This is a little bit more challenging because there's not a lot of space in here for a torque wrench, but with an extension, a long extension here, and a universal joint, you can generally get the job done. And then, as usual, we torque the lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds.